Let me tell you what happened.
You are not going to believe this.
No ways, that actually happened.
Inspired by the kind of story you'd find on Reddit, Sam opened her front door one Tuesday evening to find a delivery driver standing there with 17 pizza boxes. She hadn't ordered any of them, and the driver said there were 30 more in the van.
Right, so I need to explain something before we get into this, because I'm still not fully over it, honestly. I still feel a bit sick when I hear a doorbell.
Okay, full disclosure. Some of this is maybe slightly my fault.
Slightly, Alex, the word you're looking for is entirely.
Let's set the scene. Sam and Alex are neighbors in a block of flats in Newcastle. Sam is in flat 12B, Alex is in flat 12A. They've been friends for about 2 years. They share a wall, occasional cups of tea, and as it turns out, a very unfortunate delivery address.
So okay, here's the thing. I was planning this, I'm gonna call it a gathering. A birthday thing for my mate Dave. Nothing huge, maybe 15, 20 people.
Nothing huge, he says.
And I decided, right, the easiest thing to do, feed everyone, is just to place a big order. Online, from that pizza place on the high street, Mario's. You know Mario's?
Oh, I know Mario's now. I know Mario's very well. Mario's delivery drivers know me very well.
Alex, being Alex, had used a food delivery app to place what he described as a bulk order. For those of you learning English, a bulk order means ordering a very large quantity of something all at once. Alex ordered 47 pizzas, 47.
Okay, so in my defense, and I do have a defense, the app had this deal. Buy 10, get 2 free. So I did the maths.
You did the maths. Alex did the maths, everyone.
And I figured bulk order, right. Loads of free pizzas, everyone's happy. Dave has a great birthday.
And did Dave have a great birthday?
Dave did not have a great birthday, no.
The reason Dave did not have a great birthday is simple. When Alex set up his delivery address on the app 3 months earlier, back when he'd first moved into the building, he had typed in 12B instead of 12A, one letter, that's all it was. One tiny, devastating letter.
So I'm just in me flat, right? Tuesday evening. I've had a long day at work. I'm in me pajamas at 6:30, don't judge me. I've got a ready meal in the microwave, I'm watching telly.
Very important detail. She was already in her pajamas.
The pajamas are relevant, yes, thank you, Alex. And the doorbell goes. And I think, oh, maybe it's a parcel or something. So I go to the door, and there's this lad standing there, massive stack of pizza boxes up to his chin, and he goes.
Sam does an impression here. It is, by her own admission, not a great impression.
He goes, delivery for Alex, 12B, and I stood there. I said, I think there's been a mix-up with the address. And he said, completely deadpan, right, I'll go get the rest.
Huh, I mean, when you say it like that.
Don't you laugh, do not laugh.
The delivery driver, a very patient young man named Joel, made 4 trips from his van to Sam's front door. Each time, Sam stood in her hedgehog pajamas, watching the stack of pizza boxes grow taller in her hallway. She did what any reasonable person would do. She called Alex.
I rang him straight away, and you know what he said when he picked up?
I said, oh no.
He said, oh no, just oh no, like he already knew.
Because I had literally just right at that exact moment opened the app to check my order status, and I saw the little notification, your order has been delivered, and I thought, wait, I haven't heard my buzzer, why haven't I heard my buzzer? And then I looked at the address.
12B.
12B.
Now, at this point in the story, a sensible person might simply walk next door, collect the pizzas, and apologize. Alex is many wonderful things. Sensible, in a crisis, is not always one of them.
Okay, so here's where I made my second mistake.
Oh, there's a second mistake? Of course there's a second mistake.
So I panicked. And instead of just going next door, I went back onto the app and I tried to modify the order, like change the delivery address, after it had already been delivered.
You cannot modify a delivered order, Alex.
You cannot modify a delivered order, no. I know that now.
What Alex could do, and this is where it gets truly special, was accidentally tap reorder, which, on this particular app, meant placing the entire 47 pizza order again to the same saved address, which was still 12B.
My phone rings again. It's Joel, the delivery driver. He goes, "Hiya, it's Joel from Mario's. So, we've just received another order, same address, also for Alex." And I sat down on the floor in my hallway surrounded by 47 pizzas and I said, "You're joking."
I cancelled it. I cancelled it really fast.
He canceled it really fast, but not before Mario's had already started making 12 of them.
They're very efficient.
Sam, to her enormous credit, handled this with grace. After sitting on the floor for approximately 90 seconds, she stood up, put on actual trousers, and walked next door to Alex's flat, where Dave's birthday party was indeed in full swing, and knocked on the door.
And Alex opens the door and I look past him, and there's like 20 people in there all staring at me, and I just go, "Your pizzas are at mine. Come get them." And then I went back to my flat and opened my ready meal, which was completely ruined.
She was so calm. It was scarier than if she'd been angry.
I was furious on the inside.
What followed was 20 minutes of Alex's friends filing through Sam's hallway, carrying pizza boxes out in a human chain. They were polite. They were apologetic. One of them, Dave, the birthday boy, offered Sam a slice of pepperoni as a peace offering.
I took the slice. I'm not made of stone.
She took the slice. There we go. See, it wasn't all bad.
It was mostly bad.
Now there is still the small matter of the additional 12 pizzas that Mario's had started making before the second order was cancelled. Because the cancellation had come in after preparation had begun, Alex was charged a partial cancellation fee. And Mario's, very reasonably, said the 12 completed pizzas still needed to go somewhere.
So I said take them to 12B, obviously.
Joel showed up at my door again, third time that evening, with 12 more pizzas. At this point, I just opened the door fully, gestured inside, and said, "Put them in the kitchen."
I did pay for those ones, in fairness.
You paid for the extra 12, yes. Out of the 47, Alex paid for 12. I'm keeping a tally.
The story does, however, have a somewhat redemptive ending. Sam, now in possession of 12 free pizzas and a story she would dine out on for years, did the only logical thing: she posted it on Reddit. The post got 43,000 upvotes. Someone in the comments said, and I quote, "This is the funniest use of a bulk order I have ever read." She screenshotted it and sent it to Alex.
She sent it to me with zero context, just the screenshot at 2 in the morning.
I wanted you to wake up and see it.
I did wake up and see it. I stared at it for a long time.
Good.
Now, before we wrap up, let's take a moment with some of the food ordering vocabulary that came up in today's story. Because honestly, between Sam, Alex, and 47 pizzas, we covered quite a bit of ground.
Right, yeah, so when I placed the order, I was using a delivery app. To place an order just means to make an order, officially submit it, and I placed a very, very large order.
A bulk order, which, as we've established, means ordering a massive quantity all at once. In theory, brilliant for a party. In practice, catastrophic.
And delivery apps let you save your address, right? That's your saved delivery address, so you don't have to type it every time. Super convenient, unless you save the wrong address, in which case it is the opposite of convenient.
When Joel turned up, there'd been a mix-up with the address. A mix-up is when something goes wrong because of confusion, like information gets muddled. In this case, one letter. One letter caused a mix-up of 47 pizzas.
I also tried to modify the order, which means to change it after you've already placed it. Most apps let you modify an order if it hasn't been prepared yet. Keyword, yet.
And then, brilliantly, he hit reorder. To reorder means to order the same thing again. It's a useful feature for people who are not panicking.
I cancelled it though. I submitted a cancellation, which means you officially request to stop an order. And they did cancel most of it. Just, not the 12 that were already being made.
There was a cancellation fee. That's money you have to pay when you cancel an order after a certain point. Alex learned about cancellation fees the hard way.
I did. I also learned about order status, that little tracker on the app that shows you where your order is. Preparing, on the way, delivered. Mine said delivered before I even knew there was a problem.
And Dave, the birthday boy, offered me a slice as a peace offering, which isn't really food ordering vocabulary, but I think it's important. A peace offering is when you give someone something to apologize and make things better. Pizza is a solid peace offering, I'll give him that.
So to recap the vocabulary from today's story: to place an order, a bulk order, a delivery address, a mix-up; to modify an order, to reorder, a cancellation fee, order status, and perhaps most importantly, a peace offering. All useful, all demonstrated beautifully by one man's inability to tell the difference between the letters A and B.
Okay, in my defense, they look similar on a phone keyboard.
They do not look similar.
They're both letters.
They're both letters. Incredible. 47 pizzas, and that's the defense.
And that, dear listeners, is the story of Sam's Tuesday evening, Alex's bulk order, Joel's very long shift, and Dave's birthday party, which, by all accounts, was actually quite good once the pizzas arrived. From the right flat, eventually.
Dave said it was the best birthday he'd ever had, actually.
Because 47 pizzas showed up, Alex.
I'm a great host.
You are not the host of my flat.
If you've ever had a delivery go to the wrong address, or if you've ever accidentally reordered 47 pizzas in a panic, let us know in the comments. We don't judge here. Well, Sam might judge a little. Thanks for listening to English Through Stories. See you in the next one.
Did this make you laugh? Drop us a like.
Hit follow and never miss a story.
Subscribe to English Through Stories. Find us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. See you on the next episode.